Are you America first or Israel first? I want to say this as clearly as I can. I am God first. But for the sake of the argument, supporting Israel is one of the most America first things the United States can do. Let's start with the money. You often hear that America gives Israel $3.8 billion a year. It sounds like a handout. It sounds like a charity. But the reality is the exact opposite. US taxpayers send $3.8 billion annually to Israel, and the United States receives roughly $48 billion back through defense contracts, co-production, technology, pharmaceuticals, cyber innovation, and joint research. That's not charity. That's not foreign welfare. That is one of the highest return US investments anywhere in the world. The vast majority of that money is spent inside the United States in American factories on American weapon systems, supporting American jobs. Now let's talk about security. A former US Air Force intelligence chief once said that the value of intelligence America gets from Israel on Russian weapons, on terrorism, on enemy tactics would cost Washington the equivalent of multiple CIAs to reproduce. Even if he exaggerated, even if it's worth only one CIA, that's already far more than $3.8 billion a year.
The budget of the CIA, to the best of my knowledge, is about $15 billion annually. So let's assume that General George Keegan exaggerated, and Israel does not contribute the value of 5 CIAs, maybe only 2 CIAs, maybe only 1 CIA. It's already almost 5 times the value of what is called erroneously foreign aid to Israel.
And remember, most of that money is spent back in the United States, in American factories, on American planes, paying American workers. That is not foreign welfare. That is a high-yield American investment. Now let's talk about the military side. The late General Alexander Haig, former NATO commander and US Secretary of State, once described Israel as America's largest aircraft carrier that doesn't need a single American soldier on board. Think about that. If Israel did not exist, and if the US wanted the same level of deterrence against Iran, Russia, China, and jihadist groups in the Middle East, America would need to send extra aircraft carriers, extra ground divisions, and billions more dollars, not to mention risking thousands of American lives.
General Alexander Haig, Supreme Commander of NATO and later on the US Secretary of State, when he was asked, how come you're so hot about Israel? Because Israel is the largest American aircraft carrier. If there were not Israel in the Middle East, then the US would have to deploy few more real aircraft carriers, few more ground divisions, all of which would have cost the American taxpayer anywhere between $15 and $20 billion annually. So all is spared by one Jewish state.
Because Israel is there, strong, motivated, and constantly on guard, the US can project power in the most dangerous region on Earth without permanently parking tens of thousands of troops there. That is America first. Fewer body bags coming home. Less money burned on endless deployments. Now, the technology. Israel was the first to use the F-15, the F-16, and later the F-35 in combat. For years, Israeli pilots have flown them under real do-or-die conditions. Every day, Israeli pilots and engineers send feedback to the American plants in Missouri and Texas that build these jets. That feedback turns into upgrades, improvements, and 10 to 15 years of research and development saved for American companies. One manager called it a mega billion-dollar bonanza. So the result is simple. America sells better planes, beats Russia and China in the global arms market, and supports American jobs in the process. Again, that is America first. And it's not only military. From high-tech to cyber, from medicine to agriculture, hundreds of American companies use Israel as an innovation engine. US and Israeli scientists work together on treatments, technologies, and solutions that end up saving American lives in American hospitals. Once more, that is America first. Finally, there is the strategic picture. Israel stands between dangerous regimes and America's pro-US Arab partners like Egypt, Jordan, and the Gulf states. Those countries don't work with Israel because they love Zionism. They work with Israel because they see the Jewish state as their best insurance policy against Iran and radical Islam. When Israel is strong, the region is more stable. Oil shipping lanes are safer, and the US is less likely to be dragged into another Middle Eastern war. So when someone says, "Why are we helping Israel? We should focus on America first," here's the answer. America is focusing on itself when it supports Israel. For a $3.8 billion investment, the US receives intelligence worth far more than the cost, military upgrades that saves lives and money, a stable Mideast without US troops on the ground, and roughly $48 billion in economic returns through defense contracts, technology, and pharmaceuticals. That is not Israel first instead of America first. That is America first with a powerful ally at its side.